This is a dire situation. Now, let me add that on top of this dire situation, the COVID-19 pandemic has wreaked havoc on many businesses, yes, but in particular, women-owned and led businesses. And why is that? A lot of women-owned businesses, the types I mentioned before, were severely and disproportionately affected by the economic shock that the pandemic brought about.
We can drive the whole day and go home with nothing. Yes, you can see my tank is even on red because we are not able to afford it.
But your price is yes and a pedal. At least from 25 a year. Where the number 31 and about 25 and 26 krana.
Because as a year Juma, money now, we could to your service fee, you to your service fee, I could put the Yakani now could to your tofu. Yes, I hang. Dear high empire. Yet I can't so Montisuman and Buffon be brave, but a Montesca. Now, my answer so Yanaka cried the 8 media share Irene and Manum.
For a yes, I am penal, because you need maybe a can't put you on a Kajumano. Because the patrono, but we are not could know. Say, oh, yeah, Juma, say 2 million, but to put to others 1.5. And Sana, what you mean on first so far to be a winner.
There were mixed reaction from drivers at 37 Lorry Park there, talking about the fuel prices. On the line is the CEO of the group, that's CEO of Goil Group and MD, and the person Mr. Kwame Osei Prempeh, to talk to us about these latest development, Goil coming out of the OMCs, Goil reducing prices, and some are saying that it violates corporate governance issues. Good evening and welcome, Honorable.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for having you once again.
Thank you.
Great. Honorable, why did you move out of the OMC's Army Association? Why are you stepping out of the group?
Thank you very much, and let me greet your listeners. Goil is the #1 OMC in this country. We are a key member of the association. And the association operate, the OMCs, we operate in a deregulated environment. So each one faces the price that they want according to the market, the details of the market. Goil decided to reduce our prices. Let me say that in the last window, that's 2 weeks ago, our price was $6.99. We decided to reduce it by 14 pesos. We reduced it and came to 6.85. This current window, Total, for instance, reduced it from 6.9 to 6.8. Well, we look at the market forces and what was happening in the country, the suffering and everything. We decided that, well, we can go down to 6.70 and still be able to make some profit. So we came down. There was this thing going around that government had forced our hands to reduce the prices. We heard it in the media, we did not bother about it. But then the association which we belong, without speaking to us, consulting us, or seeking for any clarification from us, wrote a letter to the Minister of Energy saying that it is government which has forced us to reduce our prices and government was interfering in the fixing of prices in a deregulated environment. We found it quite unacceptable that the association could do that, because all others, while we are selling at 6.7, there are some who are selling at 6.3. The association has not found it ready to question any of them or to comment on any of them. But we come down, and then the association issues a statement of condemnation of government that we have been forced to reduce our prices. We felt that the association has not done well, did not deal with us well. And that's why we tried to suspend our membership of the association. Let me add that today we met the chairman and the chief executive of the association, and we explained to them our position, and they were very apologetic that they believe that they did not, the way they acted was wrong. So I believe I've answered that question.
So does it mean that you're going back to the association, or you still sticking to your position?
No, we told them that if they realize that they had no basis in writing that kind of letter to the ministry, making that allegation of government having forced our hands to reduce our price, then they should write back to the ministry and also apologize to us in the public domain that they were wrong. And if they do so, then we will join them, because we are the biggest in the association. We contribute the largest to the association, and therefore they cannot treat us with such abandoned recklessness. And I believe we know that. So if they do the right thing, we go back to the association. If they don't do, we don't go back.
Now, Honorable, in the mind of some Ghanaians, it's like there is a cabal, and therefore it's like you stab them at the back. You didn't consult them before you step out. You reduce your prices, because in their minds, perhaps you meet and you think through pricing before you take such a decision. Therefore, perhaps it took them by surprise.
My brother, we are in a deregulated environment. Every station, every company faces their own price. As I told you 2 weeks ago, we reduced our price from 699 to 685. We did not need to consult anybody. Just last week, Total reduced their price from 690 to 680. They don't need to consult the association. Nobody consults the association before they fix their prices. So we don't have any obligation to inform them. They know that. They know that we tell them our formula. In fact, that is open. We publish that. NPA has it on their website. But apart from that, nobody tells us that we have no obligation to inform anybody that this is the price we are going. No. It is never done in the industry. That's what the rule. Just that they know the motive behind that, because they said some GPRTU people have said that government has told them that they were going to ask GOIL to try and reduce prices. But if government, a responsible government, would not sit down when people are going on demonstration, when they are tension in the country because of this, the government will give, will take steps to try to calm down this. And Ghana government, and therefore the people of government, are the majority shareholders, 78%. So government, whatever it is, talk to us. Even that I have admitted in several conversations that indeed the chief of staff called me and asked me and told me that there's tension in the country. Is there anything you can do to help? I referenced our last reduction and told her that the last window we reduce our prices by 14%. We are now going to sit down to see what we can do. And on our own volition, we sat down last Tuesday and did all the calculation, realized that we can sacrifice some of our profit for the benefit of Ghanaians. And therefore we did that. It does not call for any agitation. It does not call for any complaint. But while God sells, most of the OMCs, God freezes their price, and then they undercut gold. So their worry is that because gold has cut down our price, I mean, the windfall that they wanted, they will not get it. Assuming gold had said that 6.85, they will come and fix that 6.8 something. I make 6 point something. I make abnormal profits. This is not gold. This is not our thinking. Gold, our pricing policy has always been that we should think of the consumers. This is what we do always, and therefore it is nothing out of the ordinary that we reduce the prices. No, that's what we always do.
Mr. Prempeh, some say corporate governance issues have come to play in this matter, in the sense that gold is listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Come again.
Some are saying that this issue brings to the fore the issue of corporate governance.
Corporate governance?
Yes, because gold is listed on the stock market.
What is I mean, are you supporting the view that government or somebody forces us? We are listed on the stock exchange, and that's what I stated my statement, that gold is listed on the stock exchange. We have a governing board of directors. We have management. We do our work independently, without any interference from government. We decided, if you have put what I have said, we decided to reduce our price. Nobody forced our hands. If anybody forces our hands, then that may be against the rules. But nobody forced our hands to. It is on our own volition. The last window, we reduced by 40 pesos. This time, 15 pesos. Total reduced yield by 10 pesos. If somebody reduces yield by 10 pesos, I reduce ours by 15 pesos. What is the need for this? Instead of people being happy that God has saved the poor consumers and people who benefit from transport, I mean, they are rather going around making noise that God has reduced prices. It is criminal to reduce our prices, and as I said, we did it voluntarily. I want anybody to provide evidence that government or anybody forced our hands to do that. Nobody has that evidence. No, it is not there. It is not on.
So looking at the pricing now on the world market, if it goes down again, are we going to see gold going down? Because some drivers are even saying that still the price is on the high side.
Well, of course, surely. In fact, the market, if the world price goes down, automatically gold will go down. In the last 2 weeks, when we reduced it by 40%, the price on the world market was by $82. As we reduced it by 15% 2 days ago, it had come to $74. So if it comes down again, you reduce our price again.
If you reduce your price, in the minds of the drivers, gold is doing the right thing. How are you going to make sure that the drivers get to know more about what you are doing so that the benefit trickles down? Because essentially it's about you easing pressure on the pocket of drivers.
Well, drivers, what they want is that prices go down. Every driver will be concerned about, one, the quality of the fuel that he's buying, two, about the price. And on these two, the quality of the fuel that we sell, our 95 petrol, is the best. Some of our competitors sell it at higher price. We sell it at the lowest price that you can get for 195 in this country. Our diesel is ultra low sulfur content, and our diesel is the best. and our price, as we've said, is below what others are, and even those who are below, below us. For us, we suspect that there's something wrong with them. So the drivers should rest assured that GOIL is there for them. In fact, I heard somebody say that the reduction is not enough. Of course, we import the product and sell it to be able to maintain our the company. We can sacrifice some of our profit, but we cannot sacrifice all our profit. Otherwise, we cannot exist. So if the prices come down, then we go down. But the important thing is that if they patronize GOIL in numbers and our volumes go up, what profit? Even if the profit, if we have wiped away half of our profit, we can still make more profit and be able to reduce prices. So drivers should go to GOIL and buy GOIL diesel, buy GOIL petrol. That is the answer. With that, we can be consistent in helping drivers in this country. They should patronize GOIL. GOIL is for them. We have good faith with them, and we've been reducing prices to stabilize the market. Because if GOIL has gone up, all the others should have gone up. GOIL has come down. The others should come down. But if Ghanaians patronize us more, you come down more to force the others to come down.
Finally, for you, step out of the association, what do you lose by standing alone?
The association,
yes.
We lose nothing.
And what do you gain by being a member?
We are members of the association, but it's an association, we join voluntarily. In fact, we are a founding member of the association. And then we are said the association takes a step which in our assessment is wrong. They are talking of representing 175 OMCs. And they wrote the letter on behalf of the 175 OMCs. Without consulting us, the matter was about that. Without consulting us, it is that they are fighting against our interests. And therefore, we cannot belong to such an association. If they put this right, as I pointed out to you, everybody in the industry knows what is happening. Those who bring in smuggled goods, those who sell without paying taxes, and all those things, all those people, they are there. So if they want us to join, go back, if you talk about those issues, and not be, fighting against GOIL, as if GOIL has committed any offense. Our only offense is that we have reduced fuel prices beyond the expectation of some people, because they wanted prices to be high so that they can undercut us and make their profits, or let the prices be high so that they will do politics with it and blame government about it. We have acted in the best interest of Ghanaians, and the association cannot prevent us, and we are not going back to the association unless and until they rectify the harm that they've caused, putting in the minds of people that GOIL government has forced our hands to reduce the price of fuel, when that is totally not true.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kwame Osei-Prempeh, Group CEO and MD of GOIL, talking to us about the challenges in the oil industry, especially GOIL taking the decision to reduce the prices, and it's raised a lot of concerns among the OMCs. This is how we draw the curtain on Market Avenue today. My name is Edward Nyakun. God willing, we come your way again. Shalom.